Welcome to Small Talk. My name is David Shaw. Those of you over 50 will remember the impact of Michael Burke's report from famine-stricken Ethiopia in the 80s and the images that came from the camera of Mohammed Amin. Images of emaciated children with flies on their nose and on their mouths and hovering around their eyes. Of adults too thin, too tired to move, to be able to care for their children. I was at college when that happened, and we at college were shocked like everybody else, and we thought, what are we going to do? So we called a meeting of the student body. We wanted the student body to support the fundraising activities that were being arranged. The student body would, after all, support what we were doing. They did. That is, until Peter stood up. Peter stood up and he said, "Stop, pause, think for a moment. Don't just raise money and then give it." "What?" we said. We were horrified. But he carried on. He said, "Consider what the causes of this famine are." We said, "You can't be serious. We've seen the pictures on our television screens. These people need money now. They need money for food, for shelter, for water." Peter was unperturbed. And Peter said, "Unless you consider the causes of that famine, it will keep happening time and time and time again." It's over 30 years ago since that scene in our college common room, and I have been reminded of it as I hear time and time and time again when famine hits places across our world. I have a postcard on the wall of my study, and on it is a picture of an elderly cleric, in fact a Brazilian Catholic Archbishop, Dom Helder Camarara, and next to the picture of him is a quote: "When I give food to the poor, they call me a saint. When I ask why the poor do not have food, they call me a communist." This week is Christian Aid Week. Christian Aid are a Christian charity who are a relief and development charity. The relief bit fits with where most of us were in that college common room, wanting an immediate reaction. So if there's an earthquake, a drought or a famine, Christian Aid are there with the practical things that are needed for those communities. But they are also a development charity, working to mitigate against the causes of the poverty, the causes of the drought. Maybe climate injustice, maybe trade injustice. Whatever it is, Christian Aid are trying to tackle it. These men and women are not communists. These men and women are ordinary Christians who are seeking to serve a God who many say has a bias for the poor.